grab bags will be available for macrame keychains. And included in the grab bag will be this little keychain along with 2 ropes of cord to make your macrame. So today's demo, I'm going to show you how to do a square knot, and you can do it 2 different ways so that you can have a nice flat laying square knot, or if you want to add a twist to it. So to begin with, I wanted to show you that the first example I did is I took each of these ropes has 3 ropes twisted into it. So you could take them apart and make smaller ones like this example here rather than going large. If you don't want to go this big, you can go small. And when I first laid this out, I did all of my rope the same length. Totally forgetting that the middle part of your rope, the 2 middles, let me lay this down for you. So the first time I did it where everything was even. And what that ended up doing for my design is I had really long strands in the middle, because the 2 middle parts of your rope are actually not going to shrink, where the rest of your rope is going to shrink because of the design and the knots that you're making. So I learned from this one, it's a little short. I would have liked to have made it longer. I realized that for me to be able to do that, I need to make the middle rope the length that I actually want my finished product to be. So there's an example of about where I want my finished product to be. I used a clipboard to clamp down my project in the beginning, but you were welcome to just take a piece of tape. And you can tighten, once we get that first knot down, you can remove the tape to tighten it. So we're just gonna lay it like that. So the beginning of my knot. So I've got the middle, which will stay the same, and the 2 active pieces of rope right here. This rope I'm going to lay across the 2 middle pieces, and then I'm gonna go under, or I'm gonna take my next rope and go over that first rope. Let's call this rope A. So rope B is gonna go over the top. It's gonna go under the 2 middle, and then back through rope A. And I'm gonna start pulling. It was easier for me to just use my thumb to hold down the middle part of the knot. And you can see the knot starting to take shape. I can then remove my tape and keep pulling it to tighten it. It takes a little finagling for that first one. Excellent. And then I can just take the top of this clip and I'll just keep going with that. If I'm going to do a twist, so just to repeat, we went over the top, B went over the top of A, under the 2 middle, and through the circle on the other side, the loop on the other side. With the square knot, if I want to put it, if I want it to go nice and flat and smooth, like this one here, I'm going to have to change my direction as far as A and B. So I've been starting from the left side. So if I want my knot to lie flat and keep going straight and flat, I'm gonna have to now start with the right side. Again, go over the top. This A goes over the top of B, under the 2, and through this other circle. This is gonna flatten out. And I'm just gonna continue that where I'm over the top, cross over, go under and through. If I keep going from one side to the next, it's gonna keep my work nice and flat, and I'll end up with this nice, smooth pattern. If I wanna add a twist to it, it's really easy. Well, all I do is I always start from the right-hand side, And I don't do that alternation where I go left, right with the guiding of it. So it'd be, I'll show you what that looks like here. I'll do just a couple. So, oops. There's one. Two. Let's do one more because you can see that twist kind of just starting to take shape. The more I do this, the more it will start to twist. So you can see that twist is just starting to happen. And that was all from doing all the knots from the left side to the right. Like I said, if you wanted to lay flat, you're gonna do left side, right side, left side, right side. And then it's really easy to just open up the ends of the rope to make a nice fringe. You could dye these if you wanted to. You can trim them. Once I was at the bottom of my rope, I cut off a little bit of the end of it and I tied it around. And that's what I did with this one, is I just tied it around. And then the last thing I want to show you is if you have embroidery thread left over from another project, you can just wrap the embroidery thread right around. And same with, if I wanted to add beads to this, I could add beads to it. And then I can tie a knot in that, and then that just kind of adds a nice little detail. All the instructions with the materials will be included in this grab bag. And there's a lot of information online too if you wanted to just Google macrameing square knots. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.